How's it going, CNN Fitness? Yes, Season 7, Episode 3 is out right now. Let's get on it and let's continue where we left off. So you heard about the tribulations of me being on the walker, and there's actually another one coming up, because this one was a little one, but it was more of a dumb move of my fault. And that's because we had went out, I drank over the limit and I got intoxicated. I still remember I was in my sister-in-law's car. She was driving, and at one point I was having this gag feeling, and I still remember I was like, right when I felt that throw up coming out, I go to open the door. When I go to open it, I end up falling out, fall on the blacktop, cut my right eyebrow, and I started throwing up, and I was gushing blood. And literally, I still remember my brother and my cousin ran up. They're like, yo, what happened? And at that point I was more worried about throwing up. And again, it's like, if I didn't learn my lesson with the car accident, I should have learned it there, because on top of all the sprained ankles that I had before, now that happens, and I'm not learning my lesson. And literally, now I got stitches, and I have to go through that. Luckily, I was given a girlfriend by God, and with that happening, at the moment, she was able to bandage up my wound. She was able to clean it. She was able to sanitize it, keep it under control. And note that I got lucky because I didn't have nobody to do this. My sister probably did it once, but she didn't want to be doing that all the time. She's like, I don't want to be cleaning your wound or whatever. She's like, no, you did it to yourself. I don't have time for that. Luckily, I had her because she was there, so she took care of it sometimes. She cleaned it up. She would, pretty much put a band-aid on it and everything, and have it there. Well, that was another one, but it wasn't bad. And on top of that, the main thing I want to get out there is every single tribulation, every single trial that you go through, always find out the joy in things, because you don't have to live with depression. You don't have to live with loneliness, being down, feeling sad. You don't have to live that way. Every single situation that you're going through, you could easily scope out the happiness, the joy in situations. For instance, I was in a walker with the tennis balls 8 years, okay? I got invited to probably about 3 weddings, and I went, I went. One of my cousins got married by the church. I still remember that one. It was in San Francisco, in Oakland. And then there was another one. That one was in San Francisco. That one was pretty cool. And I like these situations because not only do I get to dress up, but no, since I'm always working hard, always doing cane walks outside, and then after cane walks I would go to the gym. I stay grinding like Nipsey Hussle said, grinding on my life. That's literally my life. I stay grinding. Well, it gets to a point where when these situations come up and I get invited to a wedding, I'm like, okay, I get to dress up, I get to look fly, I get to show off to my family. They're gonna be like, oh man, you've gotten skinny. And literally, I didn't even get that. I would expect it, but I wouldn't get it. And finally, like now, I do things for myself. I could care less what people think. Sorry if anybody gets offended, but I could care less what people think. What brings happiness to me is pretty much doing what I want to do, which is going to the gym, hanging out with family, hanging out with my loved ones. That's what brings me joy and happiness. And not only that, but at one point, I'm looking at it like it's beneficial. If it doesn't benefit me, I don't want to do it. And that's the way I'm living my life now. And so I remember I went from New Mexico to Vegas one time with my sister, and that was one of the first trips I had out of Vegas, and it was awesome, awesome experience, fun, and it was new to me. It wasn't bad. And literally, it wasn't only that, you know, there was other situations, other fun things that I did. And the thing is, it's because all these things and events that I went to kept me away from depression. The more they kept me away from depression, the more I was living with happiness, with joy, the way God wants you to live. You know, not scoping out the negatives on things, but scoping out the positives, you know. So literally, I'm living on a walker. I'm living bad. I'm not living how I want, but I'm scoping out the positive. I'm still living my life. I'm still going to family events. I'm still doing things around that I'm supposed to be doing, you know, living with happiness. And at the end of the day, one of the things that I want to say is you can't scope out the negative in situations, because literally I just know that for sure that if you see me and I'm over here like, man, it sucks that I have all these scars, sucks that my hand doesn't work, sucks that I'm still on the walker, it sucks that I can't feel my legs, it sucks that I can't move my toes, sucks that I can't move my ankles, it sucks that I have this scar on my neck, you know. If I'm talking like that, I'm scoping out all the negatives. I'm gonna have a negative life and a negative vibe towards everybody. But when I scope out the positive in things, and positive things are happening, you already know that nothing but positive things are gonna come my way. So that's how you gotta live, and that's how you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. So I don't want nobody to scope out negative situations, and always focus on the positive things that are going on in life. All right, no matter what. Sorry about those dogs. I don't know what they're barking at. They're probably somebody outside or something. But anyways, yeah. So this is joy part 1, and part 2 is gonna come up, and I want to tell you guys about that, because I want to show you guys what I did, how you could live, and how you live with no limits. Okay. So no matter what, stay up with the testimony. If you haven't liked, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. All right.